Now, I want to tell you a story about Calvin Johnson and when I met him during minicamps, and this was 2010. Now, Calvin, when he works out on the field, when he's doing conditioning, when we're running routes, he leads by example. He doesn't cut any slack. He doesn't hold back. He wants to go out there and outwork everybody on the field because he's leading by example and showing us how to do it. Now, this story actually starts a year before that, 2009. Let me take you to Seattle. I'm playing with the Seahawks. The Detroit Lions are playing in Seattle, and I'm a punt returner. I go out there for punt return. The previous play for the Detroit Lions, Calvin Johnson had just took a 9 route down the sideline, and our safety cleaned him up. And he's on the ground, and I'm running out there. It's my first time ever seeing Calvin Johnson in person, and he's on the ground. And I lean over him. I'm like, "You good, big fella?" And as he gets up, the man just keeps unfolding. I'm talking about section after section. And before I knew it, I was looking up at him, and I was like, "You all right?" And he said, "Yeah, I'm all right." And he jogged to the sideline. I do my return, and then I rush to the sideline. And I'm going to tell the story of how big he is. Yeah. I'm talking about like a hunter that just saw Bigfoot. I run to Deion Branch, my boy, and I'm like, "Hey, Deion, did you see how big he is?" And Deion's like, "Yeah, bruh, he big, folk. He real big, folk." And that was the first time I saw him in person, so I was always curious, what's it going to be like when I play with this guy? Fast forward to the moment I'm talking about. It's minicamp. We're training. We do our conditioning on the field. Calvin Johnson is running like a gazelle, and he's moving fast. And then we go into the weight room where we do vertical jumping and bench press at 225. Now, a lot of teams don't do this. But the Detroit Lions, they want to get a mark for where you are. So most of the receivers, you know, we tap out right around 37, 38. I can get up there. I'm around 39. I'm 32 years old. I'm feeling good. Calvin Johnson gets up. He jumps once. He hits 42. Easy. I'm like, whoa. All the receivers looking around. Whoa. Jumps up again. It's 43. I'm like, what is going on right now? You get 3 jumps. You really get to jump as many times as you hit that little. Yeah. Jumps up again. Hits it again. And I'm thinking to myself, this guy can keep going. And he stops. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, nah, it's cool. I don't need to do anymore. I'm thinking, why did he do that? But I didn't ask him any questions. Let him move on. Now we get to the bench press. Most wide receivers, I would say average around 10. A really strong one, 15. I'm pushing like 6 or 7. I can't do anything about this bird chest, right? So we're doing the bench press. Everybody taps out a little above 12, 13. Calvin gets up, and I'm right in his ear getting him hype. He's knocking through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's easy. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's easy. 11, 12, 13, 14. Now people start paying attention. He gets to 15. Boom. 16. I'm in his ear. Let's go, CJ. Let's go. 17. 18. Come on, CJ. You got it. Let's go. I want to see him break a record. 19. And then he puts it down, and he looks around. He goes, and he puts it up at 20. Now everybody's like, yeah, 20. That's nice, CJ. Yeah, let's go. In my head, I'm thinking, hold up, wait a minute. You're faking the funk on a nasty dunk. I know you could have did more. So he gets up. He walks away from the bench. I walk up to him. I'm like, CJ, what you doing, man? He said, what you talking about, Nate? I know you could have did more. What are you doing? He's like, you saw that? Because he's a big goofball. Now, that right there was the definition of Calvin Johnson. The most humble superhero I ever met. Blue-collar mindset. Goes out there and works his butt off. When he's on the field, putting in work like he's trying to make the team. But he got in a position where they were comparing actual jumps and lifts to the other wide receivers. And for some reason, he didn't want to embarrass us. And it blew my mind because I saw how great this man was, but he wanted to take a step back and not show just how great he was in a moment that didn't even matter. When most of the guys in the weight room wanted him to outwork us, outshine us, and show out, Calvin took the humble approach and was like, nah, I'm just going to do just enough so you guys can feel good about yourself as well. And that's my minicamp story when I saw Calvin Johnson work out.
That's unbelievable.
It's crazy. You know what? And I found it in a way frustrating because the football gods were drunk when they made Calvin Johnson.
Yeah.
Jumping and lifting and everything. That many gifts, that much work ethic. So why did he leave early, Nate? Why did he do that? I want more Calvin.
I want more Calvin, too. I believe it was a combination of how his body felt, where the team was, not seeing that there was a Super Bowl in arm's length.
Yeah.
And it was time. Yeah. Calvin Johnson didn't spend a lot of money on frivolous things. He didn't need the cash. He gave everything to that organization for 9 years, was holding it down. I mean, put the team on his back, literally. But it was time. It was time for him to walk away from the game. The thing about Calvin, he didn't need football, but we needed Calvin.